Welcome. Monday.
So
today we are going to, as you can see,
we
here's the
made
thing.
tacos. Well, Facia made tacos.
I
helped a little, but
She helped a little.
Whatever.
Reading Harry Potter.
I shredded the pork and put the lettuce on top.
She sort of shredded the pork.
Well, it's not really. Anyway, so today is also, it's Taco Teacher Touch Tag
Okay.
Tuesday. Just kidding, it's actually Monday. I don't even know what days any of those things are on because she just randomly decides which days we're going to do on this. So some of them could be on Tuesday, and it starts with a T, all 12 of them. So
actually, this is Tuesday. Welcome Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Touch Tag Teacher Tuesday. So I spoke Spanish and amongst a lot of Hispanic people for a while.
She still speaks Spanish.
Well, yeah. I learned Spanish, I guess I could say. So this is a half traditional Mexican taco. I'm going to say Taco Bell is not traditional Mexican food at all. Like, not even related. Like a burrito, by the way. Not Mexican. So that's what they do.
Apart.
They fry tortillas. They're still soft. Sometimes they just heat them in the microwave. I don't like them as much that way. But sometimes they kind of lightly fry them to the point where they're lightly crispy. And then they put different meats on them, and then a lot of lettuce. And then sometimes they put, like, pico de gallo. But mostly they just put meat and lettuce and then a bunch of lemon. And then, like, douse it in salsa. And so I put some sour cream on it because I like it, even though it's not traditional Mexican food. They do have, like, crema de leche or whatever, but they usually put that, like, in enchiladas or whatever, not in tacos.
So I want to give a shout out to the teachers. We love you. We appreciate you, especially if you're like a mom teaching your kids.
That's her. And my sister.
I'm not like patting myself on the back. I'm like shouting out to the other moms.
But my mom,
it is hard work though. I'll tell you that.
When we were growing up, my mom raised us single-handedly. All three of us monsters.
And then 4.
Yeah, and then 4 after a little while.
Yeah.
And so, and that one really was a monster. No, just kidding.
Like this one was.
Yeah, like this one was.
So, but I remember her teacher from 3rd grade. I remember her name. Don't ask me why. People ask me that all the time. So this one time, I was working in the music store that I worked at for 6 years before I had my son. And this lady walked in, and I was talking to one of my coworkers, and she walked up and she asked for a specific book, and my coworker took her into the warehouse, and then another one of my coworkers was standing there, and I was like, that's my sister's 3rd grade teacher. And they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, it's Miss Spurton. And they were like, how do you not remember that? And I'm like, she hasn't aged a day. Holy crap.
Like, she looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
And she was actually my favorite teacher. So that's actually what I wanted to kind of spend Teacher Day doing, is like talking about our teachers and how awesome some of them were.
Yeah.
Some of them, they tried really hard, but I was diagnosed with ADHD, which I think that people just, if you're 6 years old, you like to move, and to get a class of 30 kids to hold still all day.
I have a 5-year-old.
Like, that's not even realistic.
Getting him to sit still by himself is quite challenging.
And then you put 30 kids in the room.
Even if it was 12 kids that are all 6, it's not.
You're just like, and then if you can't learn in front of a teacher for the entire day, you have something wrong with you. Okay, I get it.
So anyway, they diagnosed her with ADHD, which, some kids can sit still better than others, but even like the mild tempered children still need more recess time than they get. Even at 10 years old, they need more recess time than they get. So yeah, teachers are amazing. They're like the saints of the world. And
patient, trying to give each child as much love as they need.
Yeah,
when they're away from home.
It's true.
They're amazing.
One of my favorite teachers.
And they give you education, which is the wealth of the world that you need.
And elementary school teachers have to learn all. I know that it's not as advanced, but they have to learn all the subjects. They don't just have to be a math teacher or whatever. So they're really the heroes.
So they're like, oh, I'm going to teach elementary education, but I'm going to specialize in math. But that means that I still get to teach art, which I don't know anything about.
One of my teachers that I loved, so this happened in the summer after 5th grade. I had this banana
napkin. I'm sorry.
I had this banana seat bike. This is how she eats normally. Don't mind her. I had a banana seat bike, right? And the chain fell off pretty regularly. Of its own accord, it just would randomly fall off, right? So this one time, we used to go to this park and climb the pine trees till we were way, way high up. And then...
They're taller now, but they don't look like they're taller because we were so small.
Right. So
I was the same size.
Around the corner from this hill to get back to our house is a big hill. And it's pretty steep when you're on a bike. So the one day we were riding down this hill to get home, and my chain fell off on the way down the hill. And at the end of the hill, it's obviously a street intersection, but it's a busy, high-speed intersection. So as I'm on my way down the hill, I remember thinking, okay, I can either hit the lamppost at the end of the sidewalk going however fast, 15 miles an hour or something, or I can run out into oncoming traffic. And so I decided the former. I was like, I'll just run into that lamppost because I don't really have any other choice. Well, I crashed and burned. Needless to say, I had a huge scrape on my knee.
She was sitting there crying.
I was bawling my head off, sitting on the curb, and this lady drove up, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I knew who she was, so it wasn't like I was going with a stranger. And I got it, and she was like, "Do you want to drive?"
My art teacher. Like, I had this other teacher, and he was my teacher for all subjects except for two. And one teacher taught I think it was science. No, Mr. West taught science, huh? And then, so she taught something, maybe it was math or something.
I think it was
English. It was English.
I don't know.
And then this other teacher, Mrs. Taylor, she would teach. She would teach art. Taylor. Mrs. Taylor, who taught English, and then
that was who picked me up.
I know. And so there was one who taught English, one that taught art, and so I saw her every week, and she knew who this teacher was, and that's who I had wanted.
Because I had wanted her.
That's who I wanted when I went into 6th grade too, and that's who she was wanting as she came into 6th grade, because I was just like, Mr. West is cool, but Mrs. Taylor is so much cooler. So she wanted Mrs. Taylor, and I had wanted Mrs. Taylor too, but I didn't get her. I got Mr. West.
So Mrs. Taylor was the one that drove up, and she's like,
so she actually knew.
Do you want to ride home? Are you okay? And I was like, no, bawling my eyes out as this, 10, 11-year-old kid. And so she picked up my bike, put it in her trunk, and she was driving home, and she said something to me, and I was like, I already know who you are. I'm in your class this year. And she was like, oh, really? What's your name? Blah, blah. Dropped me off home. It was wonderful. And then I got better.
So they're like neighborhood patrol people, sweet, kind people, teach you everything people.
But not just that. When we moved, so she was my favorite teacher, and then we moved like 3 months into the school year. That was in 6th grade when we moved to St. Louis. So she took me to lunch, which I don't think that's allowed now. Pro teachers probably aren't allowed to do that. But she took me to lunch to Arctic Circle on my last day of school here in Idaho. So she was amazing. Mm-hmm. I had lots of other good teachers. Those were just my fondest memories of teachers.
And I had some awesome teachers, like not just in school. in lots of different ways. I've had lots of people teach me all sorts of stuff, and I've loved so many teachers and what they have done for me. They just are awesome people. And so we just are giving a shout out to teachers, and we're gonna post a little clip right now of us playing touch tag as the third T, and this one is a double T, touch tag. And so we're going to play the touch tag, and then we will be back after that to talk to you again. 2, 3, we're going to get you from the outside, right? Alright, you guys have to touch us, so you guys touch us. We're going to play touch tag. Touch us. You have to touch us. Mary, you're supposed to get up.
So, see? Touch tag.
So it was kind of our own rendition. It was like a new age type of thing, and it actually originated from. And it was kind of like
AKA nothing like you've ever seen before.
Well, the reason is because we were playing Dead Man Come Alive on the trampoline, and so I was just like, hey, we can do touch tag like this, because how else are you supposed to do touch tag with a bunch of kids? Because, you know, they don't exactly want to do it exactly how you say. And so, but they enjoyed it, and it's always fun to play with them and everything. And shout outs to teachers.
Tell us your favorite teachers.
And I just want to, tell us your favorite teachers about tacos. So that taco was actually like, I would surprise myself because I actually had to fry it like they were uncooked organic corn tortillas. And so I had to actually cook them and fry them up and everything like that. And then I put the shredded pork on there. And so it was like, it actually tasted like a legit serrated edge knife, shredded kind of thing. But it actually tasted really legit, like a legit taco. And so it was an awesome taco.
Show us your tacos.
Yes, please make tacos. Yeah. It actually wasn't today, as you know. And you should have gotten the gist of how this works by now. It was on a day within the last week, a week before, a week after, sometime. And so in a 2-week span of time. And so I'm pretty sure it wasn't after, though. It might have been, but I don't think so. So show us pictures of your tacos. Show us pictures of your, tell us stories of your teachers. Let us know your favorite teachers. And please subscribe, comment, share, and like. Be part of our life, and may adventures be in your cards.